Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to the Ice Pack Modcast. I'm your host for today, Meteor Bob, and together with my co-hosts, A Pretty Disaster.
Hi, guys.
Don't forget me,
Hello.
Double O Cupcake,
Sadet.
and Sua Drummer.
Hello.
We will be discussing all sorts of game news, all sorts of Twitch-related news, everything you need to know, all the good stuff. Today's guest is none other than Ice Prime himself.
What's up, Ice Pack? Let's go! And wait, what's Sua Drummer?
Sua Drummer.
Don't ask me.
He had it close enough.
Hey, close enough. So what's
Bob,
up,
I
Ice?
love you. Look how beautiful Bob is tonight, everybody. Can we get some hype up in this chat for Bob?
Don't make me blush, Ice.
I good.
So how's it going, Ice?
I'm doing good, man. Thank you for having me on as the first guest. I'm so excited. Yeah, I'm really excited for everybody to be here. I'm really stoked for all the mods that are involved. And I hope everybody out there enjoys the show here. I'm going to post up a little linky link in the Chizat where you can submit questions, feedback, all that good stuff for next week's show. And take it away, Bobbert.
All right, let's get right into the topic. The first topic, which is Overwatch. The first this new comp season, season 3. What are you?
A very Ice Pack related game, as we all know.
Definitely.
Well, I have to admit to the Ice Pack that I could not keep my hands off comp, and I finished my comp games off stream last night. But we placed well. I ended up at platinum. I think everybody's floating around right in there. I think a couple of us are right around diamond. So the Ice Pack came through strong, and I'm really looking forward to this season. The meta feels strong. The hype for this season, I think, has been better than the previous ones. The only thing I'm a little concerned about is the tank meta still feels like tanks are kind of kings of the battlefield. But let's see what everybody else thinks.
Oh, with the new Sombra changes, I would expect it to change, but I'm not sure.
But Sombra's in, right? So all of our placement matches, we've seen Sombra played, I don't know, I'd say about 50-50. I still haven't really seen her make much of a difference. I don't feel like, we lost a game or won a game based on a Sombra's performance, you know what I mean? Where as like an Ana or, a hard carry like, arguably Reinhardt, some of those champs that it's like, this is a guaranteed pick. Where I feel like Sombra still just is kind of like Tracer does her job better, and Genji is Genji.
True, but
So you think people are trying to put her in a little bit too soon, play wise?
Well, I mean, it could be like Ana, right? Ana came out and everybody thought she was kind of underpowered. Nobody's getting plays of the games with her, and then fast forward to now and she's like a primary. I mean, you're going to see her in just about every comp, offense, defense, no matter what map. You're going to see her as at least one of the healers. And maybe Sombra has that in her. Maybe, it's going to take a while for the community to kind of unlock exactly how to play her. But primarily what I'm seeing now is, people are using her a lot like Tracer, but, Tracer just has more escape and better damage output, I think, than where Sombra's really bringing to the table. And her hacks are nice, but they're so situational that I really just haven't seen him really turn the tide. You know what I mean?
Well, looking at Sombra right now, I wouldn't say that I would say the same thing as you're saying, that she's not really that hard carry to counter those tanks. But with the new changes that they're going to bring to her, that's going to change a lot, I think.
Well, so, I mean, but the thing is like her health pool, she's a 200 health pool champ, just like Tracer, just like Genji, DPS. So her hack range is still pretty short. Unless they increase that range, she's kind of in the mix, you know what I mean? And that means she's eating Reinhardt hammers and just a lot of extra tertiary damage that is just happening around the front line. Mm-hmm. Whereas Tracer can do that job of, getting behind the lines and actually making those picks. Sombra in a 1v1 is not very strong. For her to, utilize her ability to go get a health pack, she basically leaves the fight. She's not going to finish it. You know what I mean? Whereas Tracer can get a full health, finish the fight, and move on for another pick. You know what I mean?
And she has a recall.
Exactly. I mean, I just feel like right now, and like I said, it could be that maybe that's where she feels like that kind of harassy character, so that's how people are playing her. But it feels like, you know, the situations that I'm seeing her in and the games that it mattered, a Tracer would have suited the other team better than having the Sombra.
Yeah. True.
I feel like that might be the issue if people are trying to cornhole her as a backline assault player instead of what she could be, which is maybe what Blizzard's waiting for, is people realize she's not that.
You never cornhole a hacker, number one. That's first rule of Fight Club. But no, I agree. I mean, it could be that the players are kind of utilizing her wrong. And that was Anna's problem at first. More people were really focusing on her as the sniper side and doing damage. And Sombra's, I mean, Anna's can put out great long range damage, but where they're really clutch is their ability to put out more heal per second than any character, you know, hands down.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Yeah,
now that's why she's key right now, for sure. With comp and everything, you have to have her on your comp.
Well, I mean, I think that's where some of the trouble lies with Sombra. It would be really easy to make her overpowered. Like, I wouldn't say Anna's in necessarily a great spot right now that she's so clutch that it's like pretty much everybody's going to have to bring an Anna. And Sombra could easily fall into that because if you said, well, her ability to hack the health packs is one of the better things about her, especially as far as map control goes. But really only being able to hack one pad is not enough. But I mean, it could be as simple as even if she could do two, that could completely break her and make her overpowered is the problem. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well,
So, do you feel like Soldier's changes have made him a must on every team, even more so than past seasons?
I think Soldier is in a way better spot where I feel like for season 2 especially, it was like, why run a Soldier when you should be running a McCree? You know, because you had that hit scan and it was higher damage. And now with the little bit of boost to Soldier's damage per hit, it really comes up to a toss-up, one, on what the enemy's, you know, comp is, but two, they could fill that role just as well. I still feel like McCree has better... a faster kill potential on characters like Farah than Soldier does. But I think Soldier's filling that role nicely because he does come with the utility of the heal. And you know, his ult actually can take people down. Where, you know, last season it felt like Soldier's ult was like just shooting people with, like, you know, paper towels.
Yeah, I mean, from what I've played of Soldier this season, I've shredded people with his ult, and it's just been nasty.
Mm-hmm. I think Sombra is going to get changes. Soldier had changes. But the biggest change that is on the PTR right now is the Sombra changes. The Symmetra changes.
Symmetra's my bae.
Mm-hmm.
She feels really good.
I'm
In
very
PTR
excited
right now.
about this.
Yeah, I really like what they've done with her. One, they increased her, you know, her left click, her primary attack range, which is nice. We all know how bad that thing could shred you if it gets up close, but we've all also been on the side of the Symmetra where it feels like you're just always out of range of hitting that person. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
The shield generator is really interesting. I mean, I could see her getting used more offensively, whereas like right now, she was really pigeonholed into, you know, she was a first point character. And then after that, it's like, you know, there's really no reason to have her ult. So the what they've done with the shield generator, it regens health. It's a little beefier. You can't just have a Tracer like dive bomb it and, you know, take it out knowing that they're just going to die for it. So, you know, a few changes like that. And those changes also carried over the teleporter. I think it could be good. I'm not really sure about the projected shield. What's everybody's take on that? I don't really see how that's that useful, but
I think it
seems too small.
Good if you're going for a rush. If you rush the point. But then again, how much health does it have? And
I mean, I could
will it
see,
last?
I guess you could throw it at a Bastion and give you, like, you know, your ranged DPS some extra time to shoot through it, or I don't know. I mean, it's just the speed that it moves, and it's really kind of hard to angle it, at least the, you know, the little bit I mess around on the PTR. I like the idea of it. I'm just curious to see on, you know, how useful it'll actually be in the game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, true.
Yeah, to me, it feels like that they kind of just threw that in there just to have something extra on her.
Now, I would be okay with it if they got rid of her right click charge up where she just shoots the like globs of energy. And that was just different side shields that if they hit you, they did damage. You know what I mean? And if they had to adjust the size down, I would be okay with that. It wouldn't have to be a ton of damage, but you know, it would. I think it would add to her kit a little bit better if it was like more of a primary thing instead of this weird. You know, it doesn't do damage. It kind of moves at a weird angle. It moves really fast.
Well, I'd actually would like to see her possibly, if the shield has good enough health, which I think, as far as I know, has about 250, I believe. So that's a decent amount. That's a entire tracer and more. So throwing her into kind of a single tank, 2 DPS, 3 support, and having her be the third support, I think would be an interesting thing to see.
All right, so Quinny's got something to add here. He says, I personally see the shield being good for when your team goes in on a point and have some cover. If you're using the Rhine shield, his movement's so slow, and before you reach it, before you reach him, it's down. So now with Symmetra, shield first, Ryan could be at their face with 100% shield. Yeah, I mean, that's a good point. You kind of throw like a Diva Charge shield along with that Symmetra shield, or you throw a Ryan in there. I mean, maybe it's just enough to eat up some of that initial burst damage that gives Ryan a little bit more penetration into the enemy line.
Other changes to Symmetra? The fact that you can carry 6 sentry turrets now instead of 3?
Nah, I'm a huge fan of that. I mean, anybody that's ever played Symmetra, it's like having to worry about that cooldown. It was like this other little, you know, anybody ever played RTSs? You got micro and you got macro. And that was like some micromanagement shit that just drove me nuts. You know what I mean? It's like, I want to be able to put my 6 turrets down. I don't want to put, what was it, 3 or 4? And then he had to wait for it to refill.
Yeah, it was 3 at a time.
Yeah, so I mean, that feels good. We were messing around with her on the new map on the PTR, and yeah, being able to really get those turrets down. I mean, I think Symmetra has always been a character that people want to like, and they want her to fit into the meta. So I'm thinking these changes are going to be enough that we're going to see a lot of her.
Yeah, I think so. I think she's definitely going to be very, very popular once her changes hit.
We were talking about the ultimates there before. The teleporter health has been nerfed, though.
Hasn't it been buffed? Because I thought they gave it more. It may have given it a little less health, but it gave it shield.
Yeah,
so
so
the shield comes back.
They took 50 health off the teleporter and the shield generator. They have the same amount of health, and there's a shield that regens on it, but it's like 3 times what it was before. Like I took a 2 full clips and I think 2 rockets on Soldier to take it down. It's pretty beefy.
All right.
And I think that's important because that's one of Symmetra's weaknesses is her teleporter is so clutch, but just about any character could kind of dive it once they knew where it was, knowing that they're going to die. But if they just focus the damage on the teleporter, they would get it almost 100% of the time. So at least now you have some time to actually defend the teleporter and do something about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. With all these changes that came through, there was also a new map announced at BlizzCon.
Oh my god, I love it.
Oasis.
Oh my god.
A very beautiful map.
It looks so good.
I like it. It's got the car thing. You know, it's a small thing, but it's fun. It's got the jump pad, which is kind of interesting. I would like to see more of that kind of stuff. I wish the jump pad was more central, so it was something that was actually like around one of the points. But that being said, the map's red.
I haven't been lucky enough to play it yet.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat, but it looks amazing.
And I like the idea of having multiple like levels because that place has a like basement, mid-level, and like an upstairs, and I like that idea.
Yeah, I've kind of noticed that that's the way they've been progressing a little bit with their level design, especially if you look at Antarctica, or what is it, Station Antarctica 0, or whatever the 1v1 3v3 map is.
Yeah.
That one has a lot of levels to it as well. You know what I mean? It seems like they're starting to kind of get more into that, and I don't know, try to break up the normal routes. You know what I mean? Because it's like most maps have at least a basement or one like overwalk, but it seems like they're really, you know, giving you a lot more options at the newer map.
True. A fun thing that the article that I read about the new map, because I hadn't played it yet, it suggested 6-man, 6 Genji Frogger for the cards.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I like it.
Oh my god, no, that'd be horrible.
I don't know. This is the first map with the environment that can kill you, basically.
My question is, does his reflect move the car away?
One
No,
way to
as
find
far-
out, drummer.
As far as I've seen, it's like the cars are just like immovable super objects that will just one shot you if you come near them. Like Widow can't hook them. I saw somehow a Sombra. I don't know if she threw her teleporter on one of them or something, but she was able to get all the way to like the end of the track before she died.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
Basically,
that
she
might
could-
be a
she
pain in
could,
the... Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good.
Go ahead,
Yes.
Cupcake. What was...
Oh, I was just saying, basically, she could throw her teleporter on a car and like teleport via the car. It was kind of interesting.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I want to see more stuff like that. And you know, I don't mind that it's off to the side, but I would like to see them go a little crazy and throw us a map with, you know, some kind of those kind of hazards that are like really close to the objective. You know, TF2 had that great map where the train would come through right over the capture points, and it was just something you always had to watch out for. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I definitely hope they do more interactive type maps like that. But like you said, more towards like the goals or like the middle of the map where we can interact with it instead of having to go off to the side.
Well, maybe we'll get lucky and we get a new map around Christmas time.
Fingers
know.
crossed.
Because there have been some leaked audio files.
There has been some leaked Christmas audio files.
They
Yeah.
like to leak their stuff.
Well, and the thing is like I'm not
Such a
surprised. I
tease.
mean, Blizzard's really good about holiday stuff. I mean, you know, I'm not surprised. I would say that I would be almost 100% sure we're going to see some kind of Christmas themed skins, voiceovers, you know, intros, just like they did for Halloween, but with you know, the holiday theme on it.
Well, and
I think they killed it for Halloween.
the event stuff has been good for Blizzard. I mean, people are buying crates like crazy to get all those skins.
I'm sure, yeah, and I mean,
know.
I love it too. You know, I hope they do something like that again, and I would like to see something along the lines of Junkenstein's Revenge. You know, that kind of offshoot game mode with the achievements and everything.
Well,
The
from
real-
what I've heard, because Junkenstein actually did so well and was so popular, that they definitely are planning on doing more like that. So it's going to be fun to see what they come up with.
But the real question is, which Christmas skin is everyone hoping to see on their favorite character?
Santa Reinhardt.
Okay.
I want Santa 76, but like bad Santa, you know, where he's like
Billy Bob Thornton
it
type of
doesn't
bad
really
Santa.
fit him. It doesn't fit him, and the beard's kind of fucked up. That's what I want. I want Santa 76.
I also want a reindeer
Yeah,
roadhog.
about that.
Reindeer Roadhog.
And there better be a Junkrat Grinch. Or come on.
I can see that actually happening. I didn't think about that. And we all know there's going to be an elf Torbjorn. I mean, come on. I can see it right now.
I don't know. I think Torbjorn should be Santa. I mean, the beard, he already has it.
True.
Who's Miss Santa? Who's Mrs. Claus?
I think it's going to be Anna.
Somebody said they wanted Diva to be Rudolph and like her mech to be like a sleigh. I think that would be
That's
badass.
pretty,
That is
that would be pretty cool.
so-
I
That
like
would-
that.
It would be a nice idea, yeah.
I do. I kind of want to see a naughty Mercy Christmas skin, but I doubt it's going to happen since they picked her for Halloween.
APD
But-
wants to see a Naughty Mercy skin.
I want that naughty Mercy skin.
Ooh.
Why not like a naughty widow skin? It fits widow.
True.
It's true.
Okay, they could do a naughty and nice. How about that? Like a duo.
That's
Yeah, see,
actually a
you
great
can look
idea.
at
Wow.
That would be cool.
I hope
Treat to be
Blizzard's
the
watching
nice-
right now. You
Blizzard, you're welcome.
We're giving you all the
Okay, you
ideas.
can email me.
$1 billion idea right there from APD.
I got it, you know? I'm just a nice girl.
I don't know if anyone had the chance to watch the video of Man at Arms. They made the Genji sword and the shurikens for real.
It's
No,
so cool.
that sounds
looking.
awesome.
That was actually a really good video to watch.
Are
And
we
I
gonna get
personally,
that posted up in Chitty Chat?
I personally don't like Genji plays myself, but watching this, it made me want to play Genji.
It's a kick-ass sword.
It is. I love it.
They did the green light on the sword as well, but they did it with LED lights. So but it was crazy.
That's pretty awesome.
It was a crazy ass sword.
You chop a lot of stuff with that. I mean, it looks pretty dang sharp too.
Those all the swords these guys make are really, really sharp, if you know what I mean.
Ho, ho, ho.
Look at that whole there.
I just
Like
like that
that?
they went through like the whole process of making it and even used like old techniques and new techniques and like told you all about it. It was really cool.
Wait, why did Bob just send me a message asking what are the minimum requirements for something to be considered of length of a sword?
Ooh.
He wants to make sure he can handle it.
Oh, okay.
You know,
No, he can't. He doesn't want to just whip it out and
it's
cause a bunch of deaths. You know.
it's sharp ice. I mean, I gotta be careful.
Wait, is it sharp? You might want to see somebody about that.
Yeah, I'll see you about that.
Oh damn!
Giggity.
After hours.
Giggity.
After hours.
After hours with ice and pop.
Pick up the phone.
Are we talking about if Meteor Bob is actually a man or not? Ask Ice. What about the character or the level cap on Overwatch? Because I also read an article about a guy who reached the max level between brackets.
Yep, his name is Tazurk.
Yeah, that's 1801, right? And this guy is the first dude to do it solo. Apparently, people have shared accounts have done it, but this guy, what is it? The article said something like 15 to 17 hours every day since launch.
Every day for 6 months.
However, it's not
6 months.
It's not really the max level though. It's the last reward. It's the most.
Well, it's the
advanced
highest.
portrait.
It's the highest rank as of right now, right? Yeah. But the thing is do you think? Here's my question to the panel and to chat. Do you think this guy, after 1,801 levels of Overwatch, is like the #1 Overwatch fanboy, just loves it, or is he the saltiest person on earth and just hates it?
I don't know. It's
Hoping a
really
little
hard
bit
to
of both.
say. Yeah, I mean,
I hope he just gives up. Like, well, I hit the top and just throws it away. Just done. Just
And
deletes the account.
is he
I'm done.
a hand soap main? These are the questions that I have.
No,
Most likely.
Bastion.
no. He is a Roadhog
Bastion.
main, and he the closest character after Roadhog was Reaper.
Okay, so he
Now that
knows how to
Roadhog,
move around.
he's a real hooker.
He has a
Okay.
total of 1,700 hours in the game. Over-
1,700 hours? That doesn't
Yes.
even count like the matchmaking time and all the shit
No.
that actually takes time.
Nope, it does
All I can
not.
say is I wish I had the time to do that.
I mean,
And
like, do we know if this is just like someone that lives at home with his parents, or does he have a job? Do we know
Well,
anything?
there's
like-
no way. Well, here's the thing. There's no way this dude has a job, and I'm not making fun of this, whoever this person is. I think it's awesome that they did it. If you have a love for a game and you're able to do that and be the first, that's badass.
Yeah, go for it. More props to you.
But
Like,
that shit is crazy.
It was
it either was the best 6 months of his life or the worst. I mean,
well,
And
and,
I don't
butt
know.
might be hurting.
and
we don't know.
16 to 17 hours a day. I mean, that's basically gaming and going to bed.
it just
I
makes me
mean-
wonder: did he try to get like to the top to be the best, or did he just really fall in love with this game, like a lot of us have?
I mean, think about it. Ice, how often do you have to stand up in one shift, like one of your days? You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm
You
saying.
stand up like
at least 20 times throughout the day. Yeah, I try to remind myself, but I would assume hopefully he was taking care of himself and doing that. But who knows? If he's younger, I mean, when you're young, you could do crazy shit like that, man. Just fucking go crazy, right? I mean, who cares?
Yeah, go
6
for
months?
it.
Play video games 17 hours a day. Fuck it. Everybody, I think people, everybody's different, but there's that game out there for everybody. And he was at the right time in his life and he found that game that he just fucking loved. And it's like, that's rad,
Definitely, yeah. I wonder who's gonna try to beat his record. It'll be fun to see.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, I mean, I'm assuming if he was that into it, that he probably recorded exactly how long it took him, and I'm sure somebody's going to try to beat it. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, there's always going to be somebody who's going to try to top the topper, but it's fun to watch, you know.
What do you think, Bob? Somebody always trying to beat it?
I think so. It's a very competitive game. And I can see people trying to go for being better than other people.
I would say it's Blizzard's most competitive game.
I would agree with that 100%.
Same here. I mean, look what they're doing, the money they're making from it, and the just alone how quickly it spread like wildfire.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't
don't
get
know.
Game of the Year on Steam's awards. Craziness.
I wonder why.
I wonder why.
I wonder why.
Maybe
You
they
can't
should
play
put
it
it
on Steam!
If you could, it would win all the awards. You know it.
I really do think it would, hands down.
Yeah,
I
mean,
will
all
say,
the real
I will say
awards.
for me, 2016 Game of the Year, easily, I think it's Overwatch. It's the game that I played the most and the game that caught my attention the most. I mean, there was games that I was more hyped on than Overwatch, but Overwatch is the one that I'm still playing and still
That you
stoked on.
keep going back to.
like
It's like Home Sweet Home.
it's the best game. But what games were you most hyped for then?
No Man's Sky was a big fucking hype, man. I rode that train, like I jumped on that train, and I was like, No Man's Sky. I like survival games. I like sci-fi. You know, the idea of like all these like limitless galaxy, and you can come across, you know, another player, and it's so random, and then it was all kind of bullshit. You know what I mean? Yeah, No Man's Sky was the biggest disappointment of 2016, easily.
Well, it's getting a patch.
Finally getting the love it needs.
They're calling it the Foundation update. Presumably, it would have base building, save points, and some new technology and
Ground
important
vehicles
items.
as well.
Yeah, there's a rumor about ground vehicles.
Yeah, you can
Yeah.
like make bases and stuff now, which is pretty sweet. So that's a question, I guess, to the panel and to chat that I'm curious about. Can a developer that overhypes a game or really does something that pisses off the majority of their community, one thing or another, can they redeem themselves if they, you know, turn the game into what they originally said it could be, you know, even if it takes, you know, multiple patches over a long period of time after launch? Are people going to go back and check it out, or are they going to hold that grudge? Are you grudgeful gamers? That's the question.
Well, in all fairness, I think Overwatch did the same thing to us with Sombra. Because it took a long time before Sombra. We knew that Sombra was coming, and as there's been so many leaks and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
I kind of think that they overhyped it as well.
I
And,
feel
and
like-
they got back from it. I think.
Well, I think they got enough blowback from that I think they've kind of learned their lesson. But it's like, I'm willing to give Blizzard a pass because, you know, 99% of the game, which is everything else in Overwatch, is fucking awesome. So,
Mhm.
you know, whatever issues with Sombra and her release cycle, I'm willing to give them a pass because the foundation of their product, I was stoked on. You know what I mean? Where it's like No Man's Sky, I'm stoked on it. I pre-ordered it. I played it for 8 hours and I never looked back. You know what I mean?
That's just like the rough thing is that when a big game comes like out like this and it gets let down, is so many other games come out after that where people are just going to put their hands up and be like, forget No Man's Sky and focus on all these other games that came out. So for
But
me
there's always
personally,
that down season, right? Where people go, well,
That is
now
true.
there's nothing to do. Maybe I'll go check out No Man's Sky. I mean, No Man's Sky could be the game of the fucking year next year if their patches are good. And you know what I mean? The question
Mhm.
is, you know, are gamers good with that? I mean, are we okay with the hype train as long as they eventually deliver?
Well,
I mean, you know, if you,
yeah, go on.
I mean, we paid the money for the product. If you didn't get a refund, it's like, you know, why not download it and check it out, right? Maybe it's starting to be more of what you hoped you paid for, but it's like at the same time, you're also then kind of perpetuating, you know, that it's going to be, you know, other devs are going to look at that and go, hey, you know, maybe we could just kind of put out whatever and then we'll just kind of go with the flow. You know what I mean?
True. Well, I just think that if they're going to do something, they kind of have to do it like ASAP, just because people are going to start forgetting about it.
I think you're
That's
right.
just my opinion.
I think you're right about the fact that it won't do much this year, but like you said, with the down period that's coming, maybe it will pick up again.
I hope so. I mean,
Yeah.
looks like it could have been one of the most amazing games to play. Like you could sit there for hours and hours and not get bored and have all this stuff to do. Like I was even excited about it, but I'm glad I never pre-purchased.
Well,
I mean, I was always worried when they first had the like gameplay trailer about like a month earlier, and it looked like there was nothing to do. So that worried me, and so I didn't. I kind of stepped out of the hype, waited to see what happened, and then it happened, and I'm like, all right, this is not looking good.
So, so Chad is, Chad is pretty much agreeing that it's like if a developer does that, then they're like over it, like basically fuck that developer. But I'm saying is it's easy to say that, but I'm interested to watch what happens with No Man's Sky. If they could turn it around into a game that people want to play because it's rad, for whatever reason, is it going to be a rad game that's going to die because people are so begrudged, or is any press good press, and everybody is going to know No Man's Sky for years to come. So if they flip it around, it's going to be just fine.
Yeah, it's one of those we have to wait and see type of things.
I think right now with this patch, people have the same thought as when they actually played No Man's Sky, and they might think to themselves right now, is it all true? Is this patch going to be good enough? And I think they're going to let it to the side until, like you said.
Yeah, I mean, I think the developers have definitely backed themselves into a corner in where like all leeway that anybody has or patience is pretty much shot. So they better be putting out some like polished ass content. You know what I mean?
Yeah, if this patch doesn't do it, then it may lose all the people who are still hoping.
Yeah.
All right. So speaking of disappointing games that have interesting patches, Division. I was really stoked on Division. Loved the leveling up, when we socked the crap out of it, hit max level way too fast, and really just were really bored of it really quick. The DLC was a huge disappointment. It was just some wave. I was expecting like Destiny type raids, and what they delivered was like really ho-hum. So I was like pretty done with Division, but they have this DLC, the survival DLC that everybody is raving about. What are everybody's thoughts on that?
I think it looks cool. It's what I've read about it is like you're sick and you're starving, and you need to combat that illness and the cold and the environment actually. So it's not only other players that are lethal to you or NPCs. It's also the environment around you, and that brings a total new adrenaline to the game.
Because I did like the gameplay of Division. I liked, the shooting. I liked the gear. I liked the graphics are great. It's a gorgeous game. So, I mean, I guess that's the question. Did they add a game mode that is fun enough to come back to that's worth, download the DLC and give it another go?
I feel like it's good enough for now. I feel like they'll definitely have to kick it up again with another DLC pack or something, because I can see this getting old semi-quickly. But definitely, it's definitely go back to check it out, play it for a while.
Yeah, I'm definitely interested in going back and checking it out myself.
Yeah, I mean, it's piqued my interest enough that I think we're going to try it next week. One of the days next week, we'll be streaming it. We'll check it out and see what all the hubbub's about.
I actually did update mine so I can try it out too. So
Oh,
I wanna see it.
get ready,
It's
Ice
cool.
Pack.
yeah,
Get ready for some survival.
Do it!
On the Division. Now, there was another game that you were disappointed about, which was Dishonored 2.
oh my god.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. First of all, I want to say the reviews on the game have been amazing, and my mistake was buying it on PC. I'm not giving the dev a pass that their PC port was jacked, but I mean, I'm definitely quickly losing faith in PC ports, which is something that I didn't think I'd be saying because it seemed like it was getting better there for a while, but it really has taken a pretty steep downward spiral. It seems like.
Yeah.
I mean, with this new patch, it's supposed to help resolve that. So
Well, yeah, they're doing their third patch in beta right now, so you have to opt into those patches. But supposedly it would fix the performance issues that the game had.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm going to stream it once they get it squared away. I don't have, after trying to stream it and having the issues with the performance that it had before, I'm not going to bank on a beta, patch. But once that thing goes live and it's stable, yeah, we'll definitely check it out. Like, I don't, I'm not stoked on the PC port, but, I loved the first game. And, that's just one. Unfortunately, it's just the punches we have to roll with, as consumers out here in the land of video games. You know what I mean?
True.
Mm-hmm. Cupcake, any add-ins you want to throw in?
I think that they're moving in a good direction with Dishonored 2. I think that it's gonna be a good move on their part to test it in beta form and be able to actually get it stable to a point where they can full release it. I feel like it's a little weird that they're doing it that way, but I don't see a problem with it from like the developer standpoint of trying to get something out there that's actually a good product.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. The fact that they have a beta patch you can opt into, it bothers me on a couple levels. This could be like my ex-dev side talking, but it's a little messed up to say we think we fixed it, but we're not 100% sure. So you can have this fix that we think works, but if it doesn't work, you can't really bitch at us because it's beta. You know what I mean? It's kind of like an easy way to solve some of the like outcry without having to take much of the blowback. So it's kind of like, to me, it's kind of weak. I think they should have patched out an official patch that's out of beta that fixes issues by now.
I mean, and for me, I haven't bought in the game yet. So once they get it fixed, and by that time it'll probably be on sale for me, I'm gonna buy it, and I'll be happy because it's already in that fixed form. But I understand people's issues with it now because they bought it, they can't play it well because all the performance problems. But I like seeing that they're at least trying.
But that's the conundrum with PC ports right now, though, is it's like for me, from a streamer standpoint, I want the best experience. So my viewers get the best experience from whatever I'm playing. So, obviously in the future, because I've had issues, I had an issue with Arkham Knight's PC port, and I had, issues with Dishonored. So for me, from now on, it's like I'm going to be streaming more of those single player type games, those AAA games on the console that, they're getting the highest reviews on. But the problem with that is, and then that's one less copy that's getting sold from the PC port. And, the more people that do that, that's, less demand for the PC port, which means it gets even less resources. And it's a kind of like a self-destructive circle of even more shitty PC ports. You know what I mean? Unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
So we have a question from Rump. How do you, Ice Prime, feel about Bethesda limiting the game reviews of Dishonored before its release? Does this make you look shady as a company?
So this is a twofold question. And I could answer it easily, but the first half of this is game journalism is kind of a joke. There's some good game journalists out there and some good sites and some good, places that, report well and do good reviews. But the majority of game journalism is super tainted, and I'm not going to go into details, but I've seen it from being on the dev side of, how reviewers are treated from, to make sure that those reviews are as solid as they can be. So the issue with Bethesda opting out of that, because of my knowledge base, it doesn't bother me, because there's a bunch of games and money being passed on the back end as far as advertising goes and reviews and all that stuff. So, if they're trying to opt out of that, there could be more reasons than, what my knee-jerk reaction, which would be normally to say anybody that's opting out of early reviews usually means they have a bad product. Because if you go to Metacritic and it's like 2 days out from like a major release and there's no reviews up, that means that they've put an embargo on, and that means they're not confident in their product. And that's usually means bad things. It's not 100% of the time, but it's 99% of the time. You know what I mean? Kind of like movies. If there's no pre-reviews out for movies, until the day it comes out, it means it's a pile, and they know it's a pile. They're just trying to mitigate as much damage and to keep that little secret as long as possible. You know what I mean? But in this case with Bethesda, I don't think that's the case. I think they're just trying to back out of the ball game that is behind the scenes, game journalism.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and basically they're trying to, in this way, they're underhyping the game so that you're not as disappointed when you're like, this game's not bad, but I didn't hear anything about it being great, so I'm not upset.
Exactly.
Here's something not to be upset about. Red Dead Redemption.
Fucking love Red Dead
Going to
Redemption.
PlayStation.
I'm so glad.
It's coming to
that it is coming back
PS4,
out,
so
but-
you guys can count on a stream of
man.
that. I'll do a full playthrough of Red Dead on PS4 for sure.
Because that's your favorite game, right?
I love Cowboys, man. Westworld, they got the Westworld TV show. I got Red Dead Redemption. I mean, life is good right now. I'm fucking living a cowboy lifestyle, man.
I'm excited for it as well. I played it a long time ago, and I was a big fan. I'm looking forward
Now,
to
so is this just coming to PS4 straight port? Is it remastered? Is it like a 4K upgrade, 1080 up? Well, I mean, does anybody have any extra details on it? I'm really out of the loop on it.
My understanding is supposed to be a remastered.
I heard it was remastered.
Yeah.
And for PlayStation 4,
that's great news.
Yeah, so it's gonna be great. I mean, I don't have a PlayStation, so I'm feeling out of the loop on this. Like, I don't have it, but I want it so bad.
You know what would be better news if it was coming to PC? I would love to play Red Dead on the PC.
Well,
Yeah,
it
it's only
actually is.
PS4 and Xbox One.
No, it is
Wait,
coming
is
to
it coming to
PC.
PC?
It is. If you have the what is it? The PlayStation Now, which is basically how you can cross-platform onto your PC. If you do their subscription fee of like $20 a month, I think, you can play it on your PC.
Wait. Well, all right. What am I? I'm not going to get into that. All right.
Meh.
I'm just saying, $20 a month to play a game you already own, just
Yeah.
so you can play it on the other system that you already own. I don't know, man. It's a hard sell.
Ridiculous.
That's
Next
a hard
question,
sell.
though.
Yeah.
Can you beat the game in 7 days?
Oh, that's the other question. I'm assuming they have like a free trial, right? And
They do. They have a 7-day free trial.
I don't know, man. That $20 fee leaves a bad taste in my mouth. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't like it.
And maybe it goes with like the PlayStation Plus. So if you already have PlayStation Plus, maybe it already goes with it, but I don't know. I don't have much details on the PlayStation Now.
I have no idea about PlayStation because I'm not on that platform anymore.
Yeah, I haven't had a PlayStation since PlayStation 2.
Yeah, I like my PlayStation 4 better than my Xbox One. Come
I'm
at me.
excited that Ice is
Well,
excited.
No, I mean, actually, I do want to get PlayStation. There's a lot of games I think that PlayStation has that's great. A lot of games are being released on PlayStation 4 that I really want. So I am actually looking at the game on PlayStation 4. It's just great. Red Dead Redemption, we're playing that again on the remaster is going to be amazing as well. So, guess what? PlayStation 4, here I come. Just saying.
There you go.
Afraid I'm
PlayStation
saving up
4.
for mine too.
Well, there you go. Look, PlayStation's selling mad copies here in the Ice Pack.
Yep, pretty much. They're already sold.
All sold out. Another thing that I'm really excited for, because I love the game personally, is the new arena in Rocket League.
Rocket League is a very fun game.
All right, so what's going on with the new arena? You know my take on Rocket League? It's fun. I suck ass at it. Just give me some shoosting. That's all I'm asking for.
Yeah, pretty much the new arena is space-based. Pretty much you're in outer space and it's orbiting. And yeah, and they have a new card DLC that you could buy also to go with it.
And it's supposed to release on the 7th of December.
December 7th is supposed to be released.
It's just only like 6 days a week. That's a week from today, right?
Yes.
No, a week from
No,
yesterday. A week from yesterday.
Yeah,
Sorry.
week from yesterday.
It's something like that. You know, we don't know our days in the Ice Pack. We
We're
all know
close
that
enough.
clearly from Ice Prime. Who was always saying Sundays is Tuesdays, Wednesdays
Sundays,
is
Tuesday.
Fridays.
Yeah,
It's all the
always
same.
does that.
It's a day. It's a day. Yep, they're saying that it looks a lot like something that you see out of Halo.
Yeah, I know. Like I was just about to say that the ring. Looking at the ring, just looking at the map, it looks like the Halo ring.
It really
Hey,
does.
I'm okay with it though because Rocket League has nothing to do with anything that has anything to do with Halo. So if they, took a little bit of, inspiration, I'm good with it.
Yeah, and your car, it also transforms into a spaceship when you do your fly jumps with the ball.
That
Wait,
is
so-
amazing.
So Batmobile spaceship. Oh,
There you go.
There you go, Ice.
Now you have to stream it because Batmobile spaceship.
yeah, we'll throw it up. When is it? It hits December something. We'll do it for
December
sometime.
7th. And actually it's been a while since I played Rocket League, and this is actually something that's gonna get me drawn in because you guys know me, I'm obsessed with anything with space. So I think it'll be fun.
Well, I'm definitely. It's been a long time since I've played it, but I'm looking forward to it because I used to kick ass in that game with Gitters.
Yeah, Bob was good at that game.
Gitters was good at it as well. He's a really good player.
Gitters is good at every game. That
Yeah,
doesn't count.
Getters and damage in Overwatch. I mean, not Overwatch. Rocket League, let me tell you, carried me through many ranked games. I'm just good at blowing people up.
Well, Gitters is British, so that may be the
He's
reason
British.
why. British.
Not
They're all
only
wizards.
British, but EU, like EU players and their soccer, right? Their
Oh.
football.
They
They're
like
very
their soccer, man.
passionate.
That English
They do. They
kickball.
like their balls.
English kickball.
Yeah, they like
They kick the balls, man.
It's fine.
I don't personally play it, but the Elder Scrolls Online is getting some new enhanced stuff as well.
I like the direction
I-
they're going with this game.
I know we have a lot of Elder Scroll fans here. It's been a while since I played, but I always love the beauty of the game.
Now, I played.
I haven't checked it out for a while. I liked it on the console. I thought it really ran nice with a controller. I felt better than a mouse and keyboard, which is rare when it comes to MMOs. Yeah, I know quite a few people that play it as like their mainstay MMO, and it seems like people are digging it, and they're starting to kind of go in a good direction with it. So good on those guys. And I mean, Elder Scrolls, right? I mean, I just hope that Elder Scrolls Online is not cock blocking me from getting another Elder Scrolls like single player. That's all I'm saying.
Agreed.
Cupcake Dylan, do you guys know some of the stuff that they're adding?
No, actually, I haven't even seen it.
They are.
I-
Yes.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Dylan.
I was gonna say, I don't play as much. My brother actually is more into that Elder Scrolls than I am.
For the
So-
MMOs.
Yeah.
Mhm. Well, I
He
know they're
is
adding
big.
crown crates and new mounts as well, and they have ice wolf pups. How cute is that?
That's
I
pretty good.
saw that. That looked tight. That's something I actually would.
I would go back
Just
to
as-
playing it just for the ice wolf pups.
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
know. The Storm Atrianoc Wolf looks pretty badass too. And I mean, I like how the crates, they are guaranteeing you that you will get 4 items with a chance of a 5th one, so it's not like you're getting one thing.
Because it went free to play, right? So it has like a shop. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, that sounds like a good. I mean, that's
They
good
have
with it.
like they have a subscription service you can do, but you don't have to do it to play.
I see. I prefer that. I'm old school. I'd rather just pay the sub, and no, I don't have to fight any paywalls anywhere. I hate that kind of stuff. But I'm old school. I don't like free to play games as much as the younger generation. It seems like people dig free to play games now.
Who doesn't?
Who
I mean, you
does?
may not get as much as you would do like to a pay to play game, but I mean, it kills time.
Yeah, and that's exactly right. I mean, I play a lot of stuff on my cell phone like that, and I enjoy it.
Now, what is on the schedule for this weekend, Ice?
All right, so tomorrow, Friday, comping, romping, overwatching. Saturday and Sunday, which is the 3rd and the 4th, PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds is doing duos testing all weekend.
Oh,
So Saturday, me and Bob are going to be doing it up like savages, and we're going to be doing some shots and stuff for donations and just craziness. So we're making bad decisions, and it should be a lot of fun. And Sunday for Sub Sunday, we'll be doing PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds with the sub dubs and giving away ice chips if we could take home the victories.
Yeah, because you are beast mode in PlayerUnknown's
Dude.
Battlegrounds.
I'm telling you, I don't know. This last beta, or last weekend test here, I felt good, man. My shots were on. I don't know. I feel like I've gotten confident with the mechanics of the game, and I'm ready to go beast mode, man. We're gonna bring home some wins this weekend.
And what are your thoughts on the game? As being a former developer, the way they handled the things in the beta?
So,
Or in the,
all right. So there's the two sides to the Pramster here. I love games, so I've definitely been around from the consumer side of things, alphas, betas, early access, whatever. And then from the dev side, there's certain things that I'm looking for. From the dev side, I'm looking for stability, and that means hard crashes, memory leaks. Network coding, how is the matchmaking, how many times are you, getting, weird server lag, stuff like that. And as far as that stuff goes, PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds has passed that test hands down. I mean, I know there's definitely crashes that people are reporting. Me personally, I have never crashed. I've never had a connection issue entering a game. I think this weekend will be a big test on, how easy is it to invite your buddy and get into a twos. But the foundation for the game itself, the engine is Unreal 4. I mean, you can't go wrong there. Is really strong. And from a consumer standpoint, it's just fun to play. I don't know how to really to pin it on its head exactly what has me addicted to it, but there is something so intense at the end of those matches. And I'm not a newbie to battle royales. You know what I mean? I've played a lot of battle royale type games and mods, and there's something about it that is very unique. And I think they really have something good on their hands. So I'm really excited to kind of see how everything progresses.
So, how do you feel about the shooting mechanics from pub to H1Z1?
So with pub, there's a lot of recoil, and I don't know what the word I would use for it. I'm trying to think how I would describe it, but it's like after you shoot, if you shoot a fast burst, not only is there recoil, but there's actually a delay on kind of resetting your gun. You know what I mean? Because nobody moves like a robot, and that kind of extra tertiary movement and variables are really nice. But wherever your cursor is, given bullet drop and all that, your bullet's going to hit where it's supposed to hit, and the hit detection on other players feels instantaneous, almost scary to a point. When you get one shot shotgun by somebody, it's over so quick. It's like, what the fuck just happened to me? Mm-hmm. But it feels really good when you're on the other side of that. Where one of my long-standing issues with H1 is the hit detection does not feel right. And I got to play at the qualifiers for the invitational at TwitchCon, and so that was the LAN setup, and it was like night and day. I don't know what it is. It could be maybe my connection's not great, or my ping's not great to their servers or whatever, but I don't feel like I consistently hit where I should be hitting, and that's accounting for recoil and all the stuff that is in H1. But it seems like sometimes you have your cursor right on them and you just don't get that marker. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So with the invitational, did you feel like your shots were better or worse?
Better by far. I mean, it felt, that instantaneous, like you pull the trigger and it's like your bullets are going where they're supposed to be going. You know what I mean?
Okay, so H1Z1 is just a LAN game, I guess.
Well, and the thing was, but I still love the game, but it was like the responsiveness on the LAN was definitely something that was very noticeable to me. And the other thing that I noticed were people weren't, you get two tapped so often in H1Z1 when you're just playing, right? And you did not see much of that in any of the qualifiers or the invitational itself.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know. Maybe there's, some network code, jankiness. I know they just did an update for hit detection. So, I mean, they know there's a problem. I love the game, but, let's be honest. If they've already had to patch, hit detection, I'm not going to be 100% sure that one patch is going to be enough to fix whatever the issue is. You know what I mean? So I hope it's something that they keep looking at. And I think that's probably my biggest issue with H1 right now. It's just the hit detection just feels weird.
Yeah, I mean, that was one of the biggest issues that I found with H1 that I didn't find with pub was in H1, there's even times where I hear the bullet hit me, yet it doesn't register at all. I won't lose any health. I won't be bleeding, nothing. I'm like, okay, well, I heard it, but I didn't get hit by it. That's weird. But then in pub, it's like if somebody's shooting at you, you either hear it dink off of something or hit you, like almost instantaneously as you're hearing the shot. It's mind-boggling that in an alpha you can actually get.
Yeah, and I don't know. It seems like the tick rate is really high on it, and with that many people in the game, I think that's the thing that I'm most excited about. I would say, I would compare the responsiveness of pubs as far as like shooting your pulling the trigger, clicking the button, whatever, to getting the hit marker as good as Overwatch or right around there with Overwatch. And I feel like Overwatch is the pinnacle of that. Like you feel like everything you do instantly, you get that gratification, that visceral feedback. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel you there.
You want to know what my biggest issue with pub is right now? They nerfed my freaking frying pan, man.
The one shot, you mean?
Yeah.
It's still
You're a gun. You have a frying pan. You're
Yeah,
good.
just beast
it's
mode.
still the best melee weapon technically, but I don't know. What do you guys think about that? Was it fun that people could have the frying pan, or
Oh,
was it like
was
rage-inducing?
hilarious.
They
Just
need
walking
to
up to
make it
someone
a
with a
one-shot
shotgun
headshot.
and slamming him in the face
No,
with the
it
frying
was
pan.
funny, but when you like are top, I don't know, like 3, and someone comes at you with a frying pan and just one hits you, like I don't know. It made me salty, but then it made me laugh, thinking that I must have looked really bad to that player right there for them to be able to kill me with the frying pan. I don't know. It's bittersweet for me, but I think it was needed, to be honest.
And we had a question from Titanium Arc to pretty much, I guess, everybody. So we'll do like a round table. What's the biggest thing you'd like to see added to pub?
For me, more control over your parachutes when you're in there.
Yeah, that
Guess-
would be my biggest one too.
Oh man, I got an easy one. 5-mans. I want 5-mans. Here's the thing,
That
like
too.
I would be okay with even 6-mans, but again, I'm unique in the fact that I always have tons of people to play with. But I would like to see something where the ranking, whether they break it up, into different brackets. And, I know their biggest concern is going to be breaking up their player base too much, but I would like to see like 2 3s and like 4s, or, 2s, 4s and 6s, something like that. Just an extra middle ground in there. And, again, that's a unique want of mine, but 5-mans or 6-mans at least would be awesome.
I don't know. Is there still the problem that you get locked in your screen when you're doing the medkit thing?
Wait, I missed the end of that. Get locked to your screen when?
When you do the medkit, do you still get locked in your screen?
I haven't had that problem. I just can't move when I'm medkitting.
Yeah, I've never gotten locked in my screen when I'm medkitted, but I mean, if you
Yeah,
move,
neither.
you're screwed. I mean, the medkit, it's definitely, that's one thing that's hard to get used to, is like the kits and the energy drinks and the painkillers and all that stuff are really clutch, but it's not like H1Z1 where it's like take a couple shots and then go hide and bandage, because it takes a while to get that thing.
It does, and like when
Oh,
you're
yeah.
medkitting, like you honestly can't move. So when you see someone walking up on you, all you can just sit there and you're like, "Who's gonna watch myself
Oh my
die
God.
right now?"
I
Yeah,
kind
so
of
it's
like
okay.
it because it's like you kind of have to play more aggressive. It's like I don't have time to heal. Like I gotta just take these shots and push this guy or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like what if like you're already medkit and you can't cancel it? You have to let it go. Then the person just runs up on you and decides just to pop you. You're just like, okay, this is fun.
The
Yeah, I
other
mean-
thing I would like to see is like a pass on the cars. I feel like the cars are very alpha-ish. They're just
I
super
agree.
wonky. They just,
Their sound
we need
is
some
very
work on it.
wonky. The
They are
sound of
so
them.
loud.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. How loud they are. It's ridiculous.
I think what they need to do is go to like 2 cars versus having like just a selection of all
Like
these
all
cars.
these other different
I feel
cars.
like it's weird when you get in a buggy and then you get into like a sedan and it's like, okay, well, can we get something that's like uniform here, not just like
Oh,
here's
yeah,
this
well,
off-road
I mean,
car and then here's this road car that looks like it's made for a family and you're just traveling down the road.
I mean, as far as I know, I mean, I've seen screenshots and stuff they've been posting on Twitter and things like that. That there seems like there's a lot more vehicles in store. So I'm hoping that's the case, and it's not going to be an H1 where we just end up with, the Jeep, the truck, and the police car or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's still going to be that hierarchy of, oh, this is the worst one and this one's the best one, and I think that is something that they do need to keep in the game because it keeps you wanting to get to that next tier of whatever it is, whether it be a gun or your armor or your helmet or the vehicle you're gonna take, or like even down to like the scopes. Like there's the red dot, the ACOG, and the sniper scopes. Like everything has a tier, and I think that they need to keep that constant in everything that they put into the
Oh,
game.
so like, you get in the Jeep and it would be like tier 3 or whatever.
Yeah.
I got you. Yeah, I like that. I like that. I one thing I do like, and even though it's janky right now, is the damage you take jumping out of a moving vehicle. I hope they keep that because that's one thing that's always bothered me with H1 is it's H1's arcade to an extent, but they still try to keep it grounded with bullet drop and things like that. I hate that you can just jump out of a full speed car and just be ready to go. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
Mhm.
mean that would happen to you in real life. You jump out of a moving car, you're gonna get fucked.
And if you roll your car and shit, your character takes damage. That shit has screwed me a few times in clubs, which is
I do.
interesting.
Yeah,
It's
it is
smart,
more
though. It makes
realistic
sense, right?
that way. Yeah.
But I think we can all agree on the fact that we all like the game.
Yeah, I
Oh,
mean, you
yeah.
know, honestly, since Overwatch, I haven't had a game grab me. You know, I say when I'm really into a game that it's got its hooks in me, like I'm fiending for some Battlegrounds, man. I don't know what it is, but it's got its hooks in me.
But they like you as well, I think, because
Hey, I mean, they got
featured in the highlight reel from last.
Yeah,
week.
we're up on the highlight reel. I'm gonna get our goal this week is to get me and Bob in the highlight reel. All right, that's what we're gonna do this week. That's gonna be our reel. That's gonna be our goal.
I say that's easy peasy.
But yeah, we were in the highlight reel. It's really awesome. I think they'll post the link up if you guys want to check it out. Yeah, I mean, you know, I really like how they're reaching out to streamers and they're kind of keeping us in the loop. You know, keeping us involved. They gave us plenty of keys to give out and really involve the community. As far as that side of things goes, community wise, I think they're really doing it right. And the game's a lot of fun. So, I mean, you know, how can you not be excited about it? You know what I mean?
Do you know if they checked the channel? I mean, the feedback channel that we have.
I know they do. I know they do. Yeah, we actually have a feedback channel in our Discord that people could come in. You know, because we gave away tons and tons of these keys. We got a ton of Icebackers playing it. And yeah, people are posting stuff up in there, and their devs have access to our Discord and our feedback channel that they can pull from. And yeah, it's a really nice, fluid relationship with their dev team, and I'm really stoked on that. I like it a lot.
Yep. So if you guys didn't know about that, make sure you put your opinions in there, because you never know.
You never know. But I'm looking forward to the duos, guys. Doing it.
No, it's gonna be fun, my man. We're gonna tear it up. I mean, I'm feeling really good on that game, dude. I'm ready for it this weekend.
Remember, guys, Saturday's the place to
Yep.
be.
Saturday.
Speaking about duos, though, I believe that you and Lulu are doing a duo as well on Watch Dogs.
That's right. We're gonna do not this. So we're gonna do it this Friday, but I need my new video card that didn't show up yet. Once that shows up, she gets my old video card, and then she can run Watch Dogs 2. So one of the things that people are really talking about, what they like about Watch Dogs 2, is that you could play the entire campaign duo multiplayer. So Lou's never played an open world game like that at all. So I think it'll be a lot of fun. So yeah, we're gonna do like a poop sock, one sitting. And get all the way through this bad boy. And I think we're going to do that not this Friday, but next Friday.
It's always fun to see you two play together.
Yeah, it'll
Lots
be
of
interesting.
laughs.
So lots of duoing and arguing and, you know, enjoying Watch Dogs 2. So yeah, that should be a lot of fun. We're looking forward to doing that.
All right. So
Quinny has a suggestion here. They should add an option into the cars to wear seatbelts. That's actually smart. Yeah, where you had to like click a button to put your seatbelt on in the car, but it would like slow you down getting out maybe.
Yeah, I actually think that. I mean, I'd be okay with that being added in.
I don't think that's a bad idea.
Yeah, I think it's the less damage is a good idea, and I think that people would wear them less because they wouldn't want the timer. But I think it's a good idea.
I like those little extra detail things. I don't mind little extra things like that, like, you know, attaching the different attachments. I like that extra little bit of like inventory management, and like I would be okay with like, you know, seatbelts and all that shit. I'd be good with it.
Maybe put a door knock on, or like a doorbell on a door. Whenever you see someone go in and you press the doorbell and you go to the other side, you know, just scare the shit out of them in the house.
But I have a
that.
question. Or maybe Cupcake has a question.
I have a question. What question do I have? You had the question.
What's your opinion on eggnog?
Ooh.
I mean, come on. It's holiday season. Eggnog's everywhere. How do you drink your eggnog if you drink it? And if not, why?
All right, I like eggnog. It reminds me of the holidays. It was something we always had around when I was a kid. As an adult, I like to put some rum in it.
Also,
the thing is,
you like
spiced
spice?
rum, spiced. You got to put, yeah. If you don't, non-spiced rum just tastes like you're just putting booze in it, and that's just, I mean, you're kind of defeating the purpose of it actually tasting good.
Have you bought the Christmas nog from the store?
Christmas nog, we did. Yeah, it's actually not bad. But here's what I do: I cut it like half and half, and it's delicious. Put some real nog in there. Get some real nog in that fake nog. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, I got you.
But here's the I'm lactose intolerant. If I go too crazy on the eggnog, it's beehole problems. And so yeah, I sparingly enjoy my eggnog.
So something that's kind of like Hispanic eggnog is horchata. Have you ever had the rum chata?
I've never had
Yes.
rum chata, but I've had horchata, and it's delicious.
Well, they make rum chata because apparently people were putting rum in their horchata, so they were like, okay, let's just make this, and it's actually really good.
I gotta admit, I don't like eggnog.
Why is that? Just the taste, or
It's the egg. I hate pretty much all eggs in general. The only time I'll eat eggs is scrambled eggs.
so even just the mindset of eggs is mixed in with there. You can't
Yep,
do it.
it is just,
Wait,
and it's
Drummer,
that flavor.
Mine
what's
don't matter.
your take on French toast?
I don't make it with eggs.
What about omelets?
I don't eat omelets.
So wait, how
What
do
about
you
cookies?
make your French toast?
Melted butter and some milk or heavy cream.
Damn, Paula Dean.
Interesting.
It's possible. It's good.
So what
It's
about
not bad.
cookies then?
Yeah, what about cookies? They
Butter.
got eggs in them.
Well, they're cookies,
I
okay?
don't make-
Cookies
I
are
don't-
an
I don't
exception.
make cookies. But
Drummer,
it doesn't
what-
taste
what-
like
Cookies
eggs.
are an
Drummer,
exception.
what happened to you in your life that you have this vendetta against eggs, bro?
I just don't like the flavor.
All right, well there you have it. You don't like the taste
Okay.
of little baby chicken fetuses. All right,
Well, I
Exactly.
order for me.
like eggnog, but when I drink it, 15 minutes, you better be out of the bathroom. That's all I'm saying.
Ooh.
I don't know why. It just gives me stomach problems. I like it though.
Well, I'll admit, I have never had eggnog before.
We gotta pop your cherry.
Yeah, you gotta try some eggnog, bro.
Do they sell it where you are?
No.
Okay, so we gotta
They
get him a
don't
good
sell it?
recipe, guys. We're on
Yeah,
it. Somebody
I'm pretty sure.
give
I'm pretty
Bob a
sure what
recipe
happened
for
was it
eggnog.
was banned there when they had that eggnog epidemic in the 1960s.
All right, moving on. There are some free-to-play games for you guys out there. They can download or play for free on Steam.
Play for free this
Ooh.
Yes. And we've got a list of them right here. So the first one we have is Titanfall 2. It's free to play.
Yeah, you got an origin though, everybody. You got to have that origin. And then yeah, Titanfall 2 is free this weekend. We might try it for Sub Sunday if anybody's interested, because everybody seems to think it's a good game. We got to check it out.
Also free are some of the Telltale games, which is Batman Episode 1.
I recommend it. I played it. It was awesome.
Yep,
Mi-
I'm playing it.
Minecraft Story Mode Episode 1. I have no idea if that's good or not.
I'm out of the
Well, we have a lot of
Minecraft, I'm
people
sorry.
who come into the chat and always like, "Hey, Ice, do you play Minecraft?" No. Well, this is their chance to go play story mode for free. The first episode.
Boom.
Do it.
Battle Right too, right? Battle Right's for you this weekend.
Battlerite is free this weekend as well.
No, and I recommend people checking that one out. I bought it. I like it. It's a lot of fun, especially if you like MOBAs at all. It's not a MOBA, but if
it's
you
a
like MOBAs, check it
Two
out.
v two, right? Am I correct? 2v2.
Yeah, 2v2, and it's best of 5. And it's similar to a MOBA in the fact you pick a character. They all kind of have different things that they can do. And yeah, it's just deathmatch. It's a lot of fun, though. The characters are pretty in-depth. There's a few extra buttons they've thrown in there for like blocking and a few other things. It's interesting. I recommend it. It's worth checking out, especially for free.
The next thing was Far Cry Blood Dragon is free to download.
Which is like Far Cry 3 turned into a 1980s badass action movie. It was great
Yep.
DLC. If you have the game floating around, you might even be able to pick it up for like pennies on the dollar. That DLC was the best DLC. One of the best DLCs, I'm going to say, for a shooter, probably top 10 ever.
Yep.
It's that good.
It's free right now. You can download the entire game and get it free from Ubisoft. But also tell them what's free coming up December 7th.
December 7th is Assassin's Creed 3, which is
you
the...
can download that and play it for free.
What? That's on Ubisoft?
Yeah.
Yep.
30.
December 7th. They're giving because they're celebrating their anniversary, which is what,
And
30
3
years?
was Brotherhood, yeah?
3 is the one set in the United States.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's the one.
third
Yeah,
was,
yeah.
The third
Oh,
one
that
made
one's
was
cool.
Brotherhood, but the actual Assassin's Creed 3 Was the other one?
Yeah, this one's cool though.
Mhm.
This one's good. I
Yeah, they
played
did a
this one.
lot with Ezio.
Yep, they did. Yep. So to celebrate their anniversary, they are doing the game giveaways. Which, I mean, you can't go wrong with free games.
And of course, you have to check out that Steam sale on the 22nd
Oh,
of December.
the
My
winter
wallet will hate
Steam
me.
sale.
That's always.
Do we know when
crazy.
that's coming exactly?
The
Not
22nd.
exactly.
The
That's
22nd
a
of December.
tentative. That's what we're
That is
thinking.
what's leaked out. Leaked out is supposed to be hidden like 9 a.m. post standard time on the 22nd of December, I think they said.
Something like that. Remember, we're not good with dates.
A day is a day, you know.
Well-
It all mixed into a week.
But it's always exciting to see what's coming up on those Steam sales. I mean,
It is. I mean, is anyone hoping to catch a game on the sale? Anyone looking forward to a certain game?
Honestly, not really. I mean, I
Civ
have
6.
everything that I want. Oh, Civ 6. All right. Yeah, I'd pick up Civ 6. I would pick it up if it was this.
See?
I think it might be time. I think we might actually see a sale for it. I mean, it's not going to be anything crazy, but we might see like $10 off.
What? No car mechanic simulator?
I heard that
No.
Dishonored 2 might
Hey, it's a decent game,
go on
okay?
sale.
Hey, they should. That might make up for some of their PC port poopers.
I mean, it was leaked
I
that
would look
that
at it.
might be one of the games, so you know, guys want to
well,
try it out.
if
don't
that's
forget
on
to do-
sale, I'm definitely checking that out.
Yeah, especially with the updates and everything. I would definitely give them a try.
now we Dishonored 3 needs multiplayer. If you're out there, somebody make that happen.
Dun dun dun.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Joe Cavello is throwing away a free game key.
Oh, damn.
Be the first to grab it.
Give it
It's
away
up
now.
in chat.
Thrown away.
He's
Hey,
throwing them away,
yeah.
okay?
Joe's giving away keys. Hey,
He's
guess what? By
throwing
the
them
way,
at us like dollar bills.
I just noticed that there's a certain Kakatan in here, and it may or may not be his birthday aspect.
and
I
it
think
may
it
be,
Oh,
it may be, maybe a
Cactus.
random parrot might be around too.
It could be 2 birthdays, so I'm thinking Bob should lead us off, and we celebrate these birthdays the only way the aspect knows.
And that's by singing. All right.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Give me
Cindy?
the pitch, bro.
Bob, what?
I need
We're
the
gonna
pitch.
sing. Ice. We're gonna sing.
What?
This is pitch perfect. You have to start it off so we can follow.
All right.
No, I need that.
Happy birthday,
Birthday
to you.
to
Happy
Happy
birthday
birthday
to you.
Happy birthday,
Happy
dear
birthday,
Kakatana Parrot.
Kakatana Parrot.
Happy birthday to
Birthday to you.
Thank you.
We love
It's your birthday, Kakatan!
you.
We love you,
We love you, Kakatan.
And Parrot, happy birthday, man! He's
And as you heard-
rocks.
As you heard from Mini Disaster,
indeed.
she
It's his
said, "We love you."
birthday.
Oh, that was pretty funny
All right,
there.
Can we get Cupcake out of here?
All right, guys, that is it for the modcast for today. We will be answering some questions
Yay.
in overtime.
Wait,
But-
So
there's
stick
another
around if you have
important date, though.
questions.
So
There's another person. What?
There is.
What's that?
Ice is getting front page, but when is that, Ice?
Oh yeah, front page. We're gonna be playing H1Z1 on the front page, and getting hosted up by the official H1Z1 channel on December 18th. That's a Sunday, a fun day.
Yep.
And
Giving away
I know what you're thinking.
copies.
Thinking, Ice, what about Sub Sunday? Don't worry, we got you. We got you. All right.
Yep. We're gonna have some H1Z1 games to give away
I was
as
gonna
well.
say, I heard
15
there's a lot.
copies.
Oh,
15,
We're giving
so
away
you know what?
15 copies.
If you guys have a gamer, family, friend, loved one that you don't know what to get and they don't have H1, there you go. Be in
There you
check.
go.
Get your
Be
That's
copy
where you gotta
behind
be. May 18th.
It's
You
lit.
gotta
like
be
Be
that.
there or be square.
all right, guys, thanks for watching. We will be answering
Thank you guys
questions
for coming
in
to
overtime.
the first official Modcast remake episode.
Big hype for the Modcast. First inaugural episode. Killing it. Thank you guys and gals so much, and everybody out there in chat. We're going to be fielding questions from here on out. Let's go.
We want to thank our special guest, Mr. Ice Prime himself.
It's
Thank
me.
you.
Of course.
It's him.
It's me.
And Ladybug Lauren hiding somewhere down there. in
That,
the
that we heard.
Discords.
We
Ladybug Lauren is
heard
wearing
background
a
of it.
winter coat right now while sitting at her computer. It's ridiculous.
Because you know why?
That's fantastic.